Alright guys, it's Nathan. I'm going to explain Ezra 5 today, and I'm also going to attempt to use some Jesus vocabulary, hashtag Jesus points. Let's get going. So the first thing I think is really important is it said, and the prophets of God were with them, supporting them. This is important because God had prophets down there helping them to get through this tough time and to rebuild this temple, right? But they weren't just there on the sidelines yelling "Hey Jerry, you got this, man! Good job, lift that rock, woo!" No, they were there, had heads in the dirt, hands in the dirt. They were building the temple with the people, and I think this is important because as Christians, we should be leading by example. Whether you know people are looking up to you or you don't know people are looking up to you, you should always be leading. You should be doing your best as a Christian to live out your faith and have your hands in the dirt. I mean, don't stay on the sidelines. You should be working for God's glory, and that's what we're called here to do. And I just thought that was important because they were not off on the sidelines. Now, the next thing that's important is in verses 3 through 5, still in my cheater notes. The non-Jews who lived nearby attempted to hinder the construction of the temple. But while the legal debate went on and the decision was under appeal, the Jews continued to rebuild, right? So as Christians, we're always going to be hindered. I mean, if the world loves you, you're doing something wrong. I mean, we just read this, I think. And God's always there watching over us. So Satan's going to try to tempt us with this and with that. And he's going to put people in our lives to get us off track because that's what Satan wants to do. Satan wants to screw us up, and Satan wants us to not glorify God, right? So these guys are getting hindered. People are trying to throw legal things out. They don't want him to build this temple up. But when God's at your back and you put your faith in God, you can get it done. So whatever this relates to in your life, it can really be anything. You got to put your faith in God and trust him to help you get through things. Now, next, I thought this was really important. It talks about in verse 11 what they said when this Persian guy came up to him and asked him whose authority they had to build the temple, right? So they answer this: "We are the servants of the God of heaven and earth, and we are rebuilding the temple that was built many years ago, one that a great king of Israel built and finished," right? So here they have this big moment. I mean, please God, please the world, right? Now, if they were a Christian, right, they could have been like, "Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't mean to offend you. We'll stop building right now. You're good. Just give us the go-ahead when we can build and glorify God again. Whatever, man. You got this." But they're not. They're not Christians, right? So they're gonna say what they're doing and what they told, and they're living out their faith, and they're doing what God told them to do, which was rebuild the temple, right? And as Christians, I guess, in our own life, we're told to rebuild the temple. We're told to do things that other people aren't going to like, other people aren't going to approve of. People aren't going to like what we do as Christians. And like I said before, if the world's glorifying you and loving you, you're probably doing something wrong. So that's really kind of all I had today. It was a pretty good chapter. And if I messed up, let me know.